prioritize spirituality in a relationship? Great question. So relationships, and I'm going to talk about relationships in general, which includes romantic relationships. It also includes relationship with friends, co-workers, family members, etc. Relationships actually inherently are so rich in terms of what they offer us, both in terms of fulfillment and growth. So it's a great area in general. If somebody is still interested in personal growth, I would say don't try to distance yourself from relationships, because maybe you have some history with relationships which have been a mixed bag, so to speak. But now, if you go back and consciously engage with relationships, you will find something quite different there. That in fact, there's a lot of positive energy, there's a lot of growth, and there can be tremendous scope for expansion of consciousness and integration. There's so much we've talked about elsewhere in terms of the process of growth, the phases of growth, transcendence, integration, embodiment being the three major phases. Transcendence is where we taste higher consciousness. And then integration is where we get a chance to bring everything within us to that place of higher consciousness. So relationships are literally filled with, on a day-to-day basis, with situations where you can easily go down the path of unconscious behavior, where you fall back on familiar patterns, which very typically include quick judgments, which include ways we may choose to not engage at a deeper level, but instead have a quick judgment and sort of distance ourselves from that person because we just think of them as not worthy of our attention and love. When somebody is interested in personal growth and spirituality, that very same situation you can bring a lot more awareness to it. So you actually see this happening in real time. You actually see moments where you are jumping to some conclusions, and then when you can see that, you can now not go towards harsh judgments, you can go towards softer judgments, and then you can allow more space for the other person to be who they are. And this whole process is resulting in actually the relationship getting a chance to get even better. But furthermore, it's actually expanding our own consciousness, because something within us, which previously was in the shadows, which was pushing us towards judgment, is now brought into the light. So when that happens, you typically notice that there's a sense of relaxation, there's a sense of acceptance, there's a compassion, and there's increased connection, even though there's a superficial difference of some kind that's playing out. And this can, like I said, happen in any kind of relationship. And so, how to bring more spirituality into a relationship? I would say continuously keep an intention that you want this relationship to evolve to the highest possibilities that a relationship can embody. When you do that, somehow you no longer need to be right. Because we have a strong tendency, have you noticed, we always want to be right. And we're trying to prove that we are right in a relationship. And it is almost irrelevant whether we're actually right or not right in any given situation. What really matters is there greater love that we're moving towards? Greater softness, greater heart-centeredness. And so when we keep an intention for the highest, then we are able to step away from our own unconscious wanting to be right and proving that we're right. We're able to just let that go and instead be with the other person in a way that honors them, but it doesn't make us right or wrong. It simply acknowledges everybody's diverse opinions and allows that. And when the allowing happens, I think something beautiful emerges from that. And this is something we can never plan, predict, and control. We just see this blooming out of nothing. And suddenly a moment that was going down the path of this is going to be a tense conversation type of thing, you suddenly see an ease, an opening up, and something beautiful blooms. And right after that, the very same people, you feel tremendously a deeper bond with them. And you know that something subtle but significant has changed in this relationship. So these are some ways it can play out if you keep that intention and awareness in the relationship on a day-to-day basis. When you choose light, life becomes increasingly joyful, purposeful, and inspired. I invite you to join me to explore the realms of light, the infinite possibilities that light offers.